In the quiet corridors of Ridgewood High, where lockers slammed like battle drums and gossip floated like dust in the sunbeams, arrived a shy new girl named Lena Hart, a soft-spoken transfer who walked with her head down and her books clutched tightly to her chest as though the world might snatch them away. Her first week went mostly unnoticed until the day she accidentally walked into the path of Troy Maddox, the ego-inflated leader of the school's notorious bully crew, a boy who believed fear was a currency and he owned the bank. Lena muttered a quick apology, but Troy smirked, circling her like a shark scenting timid prey, and whispered, "New girl thinks she can walk past us without permission?" His friends laughed, a cold, sharp sound that bounced against the lockers, and Lena's hands trembled around her books. She tried to move past them, but Troy stepped forward again, hooking his finger into the cloth of her simple floral dress, tugging playfully at first, then harder until the sound of ripping fabric echoed through the hallway. Gasps erupted. Lena froze, her face burning with humiliation as her torn dress slid off one shoulder. Students watched. Phones rose. Whispers sparked. Troy's grin widened as he prepared to yank it again, but then a voice like steel slicing through the air thundered behind them, "Put your hands down. Now." Everyone turned. Standing at the end of the hallway was a tall, broad-shouldered man in a plain charcoal shirt, sleeves rolled up, dog tags glinting against his chest, not the kind of man who belonged in a school hallway, but someone who looked like he'd walked straight out of a battlefield. It was Commander Nathan Hart, Lena's older brother, recently returned Navy SEAL. He had come to drop off paperwork for the office, but what he found instead was his little sister being humiliated in front of the entire school. His calm steps were thunderously slow as he closed the distance, every student holding their breath as the temperature of the hallway seemed to drop. Troy tried to puff up, muttering, "Hey man, it was just a joke," but Nathan's stare cut him off like a blade. "A joke," he repeated softly, dangerously. "You rip my sister's dress in front of the whole school, and call that a joke?" The SEAL's presence alone felt like a storm rolling in, and Troy instinctively stepped back, swallowing hard. Nathan crouched beside Lena, gently draped his jacket over her shoulders, and whispered, "You're safe. I've got you." Then he stood, turning back to Troy, who now looked much smaller without his smirk. "You enjoy picking on people who can't fight back?" Nathan asked. The bullies stayed silent, the hallway so quiet that even breath felt loud. Nathan didn't yell, didn't touch anyone, didn't threaten physical violence, he didn't need to. His voice carried the weight of real battlefields, of real consequences, of real strength. "Listen carefully," he said, stepping closer until Troy had nowhere left to move. "My sister came here to start fresh. She's kind, brilliant, and stronger than you'll ever understand. From this moment on, if you or your friends so much as breathe disrespect in her direction, I will personally make sure every adult in this building knows exactly what you've been doing here. And trust me, there are some who will listen to me more than they'll ever listen to you." Then he leaned in slightly and whispered something only Troy could hear, something that drained the color from the bully's face instantly. Troy nodded rapidly, and his gang scattered like frightened birds. The crowd parted as Nathan guided Lena through the hallway, protective and steady, and for the first time since she'd arrived at Ridgewood High, students looked at her with something other than mockery, they looked at her with respect. Word about the incident spread faster than gossip ever had. Not because a bully got scared, but because a quiet, shy girl had someone who truly stood up for her, someone who valued courage over cruelty. And in the days that followed, Lena walked with her head a little higher, her steps more sure, her heart a bit braver, because she'd realized that sometimes strength doesn't come from fighting back alone, sometimes it comes from knowing someone believes you deserve to be defended. And as for Troy Maddox, he avoided her completely, learning the hard truth that every bully eventually faces: one day, you pick on the wrong person. And sometimes, that person has a Navy SEAL watching over them. And to everyone watching this story, if you love powerful, emotional stories like this, make sure you subscribe right now. Your support helps us create more inspiring videos, more justice-filled moments, and more unforgettable stories that you'll never want to miss. Join the family, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell.